The one good thing that comes out of Warhammer 3's awful launch is the small change I have begun to see in how the two communities interact with each other. There's a slight step towards the two possibly starting to get along, for old wounds to slightly heal. I am quitting soon, hopefully very soon. I don't care anymore, and so in my final weeks I am trying to achieve two final goals. One, to get rid of the rule that prevents YouTubers from telling the truth. I cannot do much as I am not part of CA's partner program, but I can at least work on the outside and get the community behind it. The community needs this. The viewers need transparency going forwards, and I have gone over that in this video here. 2. This one I have been trying for a few years now, and that is to see the old wounds between Warhammer and historical fans get healed, and for them to instead direct their attention at CA, making sure they get what they want. To see, hopefully, an end to the hostilities in the community. Although, to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. It's more of a wild dream that, in at least my final few weeks, I am going to be pushing for. If you are not interested, don't watch. But for those who want to learn, welcome. So today, I want to talk directly to the Warhammer community, as a historical guy, and give some advice, if you will, on how to approach Total War in the future, as a community. Because despite being a historical purist, as people would call me, I still want to see you do well alongside us. 1. Should you be worried? Yes and no. Yes, because look at how CA pulled the rug on Three Kingdoms, a game that had a way better launch than Warhammer 3. Remember that. You don't want to be in a place where this happens to you, and trust me, if CA sees their contract coming to an end and Warhammer not making the money anymore, they will move on instantly. They have done it before. Just because Warhammer 2 did well does not mean you're going to be something special for Warhammer 3. But also, no, because I do believe Warhammer 3 will come back. I am in the boat of, this was a bad launch, but everything will be fine in the long run for Warhammer 3. Great. But no, it's not great, because nothing is really going to be fine after this, because this should never have happened. Nothing close to this should have happened. Oh, it's getting review bombed by China, that's all. China only makes up about 1 to 2% of the reviews. And what about all the positive reviews that were a response to the review bombing? All the ignore the negative reviews styled comments that were posted. They have to be factored in too. So overall, these numbers here, this review count, is legit. You should be worried because you have been tricked. Most of you did not want this style of game, and said so, but it's clear they did not listen when it was the Vortex campaign that was the problem. It's clear they did not listen to YouTubers who played it early. Oh, why should they? Because at the end of the day they were right at the same time. Okay, so 2. What happens now? There is a good chance, in my opinion, Warhammer fans could go the way of historicals, eventually, if you don't take on these basic actions. Push back, fight back, lock horns with CA. This is what you have to do to get better games. This is what development should be. This is how all companies and customers should work. The two must constantly be pushing against each other, locking horns in a battle for innovation, as only in this case can balance be achieved, and in such balance you still get company success, game innovation, a happy community, and a fair trade for the goods. I am sick of the comments that just call people who push back and stick up for themselves as haters and whiny. These are people taking the time to fight ultimately, yeah, for themselves, but for you as well, to ensure you get a better experience. The people who say, just chill and wait. Yeah, look where it got us historical fans here. Come on. That totally works, sure. But what is worse here is those who say complainers are entitled as a negative. This argument makes no sense. Why? Because you are entitled. You put your money on the line, and so you are entitled to give your opinion on the product and to get your money's worth out of that product. Entitlement is a human emotion. We have been this way since the days of living in caves. It's our nature. It's the nature of the system we live in. You are entitled to a lot, and it's not a bad thing. Companies these days use that word as a modern trigger word to be thrown around at people who complain at companies by normal people. The word is linked to young, reckless, stupid millennials. When people throw it around, it makes them feel more professional, better about themselves, as if they are enlightened, and it gives them a sense of power. It's effective too, given the stigma around the word. It is hard-hitting. But it's simply not the case. You are blinded by the scam and puppeted by the very organisation you intend to defend. This is not some hippie, anti-institution comment I am making, because I am the businessman. I am the enemy, not your friend. I am the guy who intends to, in the future, sell you knockoff products for his own financial gain. I am that type of guy, not the good guy. But I am telling you now, this strategy, because CA has messed with my community and my home with the Historicals and Rome Remastered, and now with Warhammer they are doing the same. Only for this community have I ever decided to put my heart above profits. Just to make it clear where this argument is coming from. And in these final days, I, as a part of this community, am leaking all my business knowledge to ensure that you are in the strongest position possible. Be entitled to your own thrones, and push back against CA. You paid for that right already, otherwise you fall for the scam. If you are happy, good for you, but don't bring other people down who are not happy. If CA gave away their games for free, very different story. Criticise their work, constantly push until you get what you feel you paid for. Don't name drop any developer and randomly start trash talking. Do it respectfully, at least. There's a lot of comments from people, usually in full caps, and I'm bringing it up here because I know people are going to post from down below if I don't, saying, shut up YouTuber, YouTubers don't speak for me. Cool, good. More of you need to be like that. But then most of the people saying that also do not speak for themselves and would defend CA with every last effort they could. Warhammer fans, we've been through this before. Don't go the same way, please. I want to see a world where both communities can be happy, at peace, with minimal disagreements. I want to see CA do well at the same time. I think it is possible for most people here to be happy. But that is not yet the case. And as for why the friction currently exists between the two communities, that is the fault of CA, as I have explained many times before. Their ignoring of the historical community, with no info, no details, no update, no roadmap, nothing, is what has made us so ravenous. We did not always used to be like this. We used to be like you, to some extent, and Warhammer fans, many but not all, I have seen you rub this in our face and act superior over us due to this. Again, not all of you. It's not the case though. We are both equal in size and equal in our passion. I won't fix this before I leave. I know that. I have also done my hardest, every step of the way, to make sure you, the viewer, are in the strongest place possible. And I know many are trying their hardest to smear my name right now as much as possible in an attempt to defend CA for God knows what reason. I wish those people the best too. I used to be, at times, one of you, and now I am here. Think about it. Hope you enjoyed and learnt something. Leave a like if you did. Share with anyone you think may be interested. Don't subscribe for more. I am out, but for now, I have been MELKOR, and Mel gone.